Good morning, my brothers and sisters. We are back on the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast, and I am very glad that you're with me today. The topic of conversation from yesterday's Morning Mindset, as we looked at the people's response to Moses, when Moses goes and gives them a word from God, promises from God, and the people do not respond in a good way. In fact, they don't believe Moses. They don't believe that God really said those things to him. It says because they had a broken spirit and were looking at the circumstance of their harsh slavery rather than looking with eyes of faith toward their God. And that situation reminded me of something I heard many years ago that I have found very helpful in serving me. And I have to say that I don't exactly have what I'm about to describe to you as a tool in my arsenal in terms of a written document like I'm going to describe. But I do have a mental list that I turn to. And what's this list I'm talking about? It's what a person that I was learning from at the time, a man named Russ Rogers, said to me, was that we are wise if we create for ourselves what he described as an anti-depression list. Think about that. An anti-depression list. Because just as the people of Israel experienced a time of discouragement, and they had great reason to be discouraged, they were in harsh slavery. Their spirits had been broken by the oppression and meanness of their ruler, Pharaoh. We will face times like that, and it is wise to be prepared for that. It's wise to put together a resource that can help you in those times. And so what would an anti-depression list consist of? Well, I would encourage you to do this, to really apply this for your own life. Get out a sheet of paper or a document on your computer and write at the top of it anti-depression list. And you're going to file this away somewhere where it's easy for you to locate. And what are you going to write on that list? Well, you're going to write down things, blessings from God that have been given to you. And those particular things bring you happiness or joy. They're things that encourage your heart, things that bring a smile to your face, things that remind you of the goodness and promises of your God. Now, what kind of things might that be? Well, it could be brownies or a plate of cookies. It could be a puppy. It could be the smile of your grandchild. It could be a certain piece of music. It could be certain passages of Scripture. And I think Scripture is one of the most powerful things that can go on that list because they are the truths, the promises of our unfailing God that He has given to us that we can refill our soul with to encourage ourselves in those times of discouragement and despair. And you may find yourself, as I did when I first heard this idea, feeling a little bit of an uncertainty about this practice, thinking, well, I want to depend on the Lord. I don't want to depend on brownies or puppies or music. I want to depend on the Lord. And I absolutely agree with that sentiment. Yes, the Lord is truly our strength. He is our source of all stability and strength. But I've come to understand the Lord uses means. He uses various things as tools that He uses to bring strength to us and encouragement. Sometimes it's a message from a pastor or a podcast like this one. Sometimes it's encouragement we receive from a friend. But do you see, it's coming through a channel of some sort. And I believe that right now, that channel might be this idea of an anti-depression list, where you will take the time to think through the blessings God has placed into your life. And don't lose sight of that. They're blessings He has placed into your life that are encouraging to you, the gifts of love from Him directly to you. So I want to encourage you, write down your own anti-depression list, put it in a place it's easy to find, and when you find yourself in a time of discouragement or bitterness, turn to that list and remind yourself of the goodness and blessing of your Lord. Let's talk again tomorrow.